everyone, I hope you're all doing well. If you are new, my name is Georgia, welcome. In today's video I'm going to be doing my long-awaited uni Q&A. Probably about 5-6 weeks ago now, I asked you guys on my Instagram if you had any questions relating to uni, because I get so many uni questions, honestly, all the time, on Snapchat, on Instagram. I even just commented on my videos, and I know that a lot of you guys are probably either going into uni or currently studying at uni. So today I'm going to be answering all of your questions, and I'm super excited. So if you guys are interested, then just keep on watching, and if there's any other uni related videos you'd like to see, then just let me know and I will be sure to do them for you. So at the time I screenshotted all of the questions I got, and I'm just going to go through them now for you. The first question I got quite a few times, and it's what are you studying? So if you don't know, I'm currently studying a dual degree in psychology and justice, and the question that sort of stemmed from that was, what do I want to be when I graduate? What can I get with that degree? And those sorts of things. So basically my degree, you can obviously get into jobs that use both those degrees, but I'm sort of just using justice as a backup or a degree to back what I'm doing, because at the end of the day I want to study as a psychologist. I want to be an accredited registered psychologist, and that is sort of the end goal. But I just do have an interest in like crime, criminals, and it allows me just to gain some more skills in that sort of area that might actually help and benefit me in my career at some point. Doing the dual degree just sort of gives me an edge over other people who might be going for the same job, if that makes sense. Another question is, how long is your drive to uni? So it kind of varies depending on the traffic, but I just choose to drive to uni every day. My personal choice. I know a lot of people can catch public transport and that sort of thing, but for me and like where I live, and yeah, I just think that it's a lot better for me to drive to. And on a good day it'll take me 25-30 minutes, but normally when I go there's traffic and it takes me about an hour 15. An hour on a good traffic day, but otherwise it'll take me like, yeah, an hour 15. Beck asked, do you ever have unproductive days or have tips for finding motivation to do uni work? Definitely 100% I have unproductive days. I'm only human, and in my last Mental Health Monday video, I'm pretty sure I was talking about how motivation is a fluctuating state. We all have it, but it just varies in degrees, if that makes sense. But 100% I have unproductive days, and especially towards the end of the semester when I'm getting really run down, it's quite hard to have the motivation to keep going and do all the work that I need to do. I sort of just remind myself of why I'm doing it, and I sort of understand that I've got to put in the work now to get to where I want to be. I have to get a certain grade, you know, there's lots of things that require me to work hard now, so I sort of just have to remind myself and do the best that I can, pretty much. But 100% I have unproductive days. Josie asked, what process did you go through to choose your uni? So I actually went to 2 unis. I went to one before the one that I'm currently studying at, and I went there sort of off the bat primarily because the degree that I thought that I wanted to do was there. I was actually going to be a speech pathologist, so I thought that that's what I wanted to do, and that was like the best uni to do it at. So that's sort of like why I did that. But then I changed my mind, you know, once I actually started uni. I had different subjects and I learned what I liked and what I didn't like, and sort of found that I wasn't really passionate about that. What I was passionate about, I ended up taking to a different uni, but I had only heard positive things about the uni that I ended up switching to, and I just wasn't happy in the degree, in the situation that I was in. So, you know, I moved to this other one, and you know, if it didn't work out, it didn't work out, but luckily for me it did, and I found a uni that was just the kind of environment that I was after. And I also did compare like the employment rates and like all the different statistics about the degree that I do at my uni now, and then the degree I could have possibly done if I stayed at my old uni, and they were very similar. The uni that I switched to had the perfect like dual degree for me, so that was sort of like probably the main contributor to why I went there. Kira asked, how do you set yourself up for the semester? A lot of planning. I love to stay organized. I think organization is sort of like the key behind uni. If you stay organized, if you get prepared, you've got it. You've got it sorted and you've got it in the bag. So setting myself up for uni is just about, you know, preparing myself, making sure I have everything that I need, working out what my routine is going to be and how everything's sort of going to work. She also asked, if you weren't at uni, what do you think you would be doing? And And this is a good question. I've actually thought about this a few times, and if I didn't get into uni or I didn't find anything at uni that I was into, I would probably have gotten a full-time job, or more likely be like doing something like, you know, in the health and fitness industry, like becoming a PT, going to TAFE or something like that. And yeah, doing something health, fitness, diet related. I'm not 100% sure, but that's just something that I'm very passionate about. So I feel like if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, there's a high chance I would be doing that. Another question is how you deal with anxiety at uni with like attending classes and stress. And this is a question I actually do get quite a lot. A lot of you would probably know I have social anxiety, but social anxiety comes in different extents to different people. You know, some people find that if they're just in a group situation, they freak out, and that's totally fine. But then there's also, you know, some people who still have social anxiety but are totally fine in group situations like that. I think the key for me was understanding that I'm gonna have to put myself out there in order to create the comfortable situation that I wanted. I put myself out there to make friends and create like that comfortable environment that I wanted. You know, in all of my classes I sort of have a friend, I have someone there, not in all my classes, but uni's definitely taught me to be a lot more confident within myself and to do things solo, like it is okay. So many people at uni are by themselves, and anxiety is so common. Like there's going to be so many people in your degree who are struggling and feeling the same way that you are. So I sort of just force myself to do things and like put myself out there, but there has definitely been times when I haven't shown up to a class because I was quite anxious, like to the first class or something. Olivia asked my favorite part about uni, and I'm not 100% sure. I do really enjoy uni because it's a lot more flexible than high school. Apart from just being able to study what I'm passionate about, like I'm really passionate about psychology, mental health, mental well-being, as you guys would know, so that's obviously my favorite part. You know, I enjoy learning about what I'm interested in, but other than that I feel like the environment is just a lot better. Particularly at my uni, I feel like it's just a lot more chilled. Like it's just a very different environment. I can't really explain it. Someone else asked, do you find it hard to not psychoanalyze your friends when you hang out with them or drama comes up? And this is actually a really funny question, because you'd probably think that with a psychology student you'd be analyzing all your friends. To be honest, I don't actually notice myself doing it that often. I don't know whether that's because I like shut myself off from like uni work and stuff when I'm hanging out with my friends. I don't really have issues with my friends, but like if something does come up or something, I do tend to notice a few things that I've like learnt about, or even just with like helping people. But we learn about goal setting, and one of my friends really wanted to set effective goals to get to wherever she wanted to get, and I sort of like used what I had learned on her, but she like asked me. It's not like I just go around like spreading everything that I've learned. I think if I did that, my friends would get really annoyed. Next question is, how do you deal with studying when you feel mentally and physically drained? I feel like this is such a common thing, but I just try and take some time out for self-care, because if you're physically and mentally drained, you're probably not going to be doing your best work. You're probably not going to be retaining much information. So do yourself a favor, take a break, take some time out to do something that makes you feel good, refresh, and come back to it later when you've got a clear head about things. I know that when I am just absolutely drained, none of my work is going to be productive. Whether I'm doing assignments or studying, it's all the same. I just have to take time out for myself. And that's really important when you're at uni, because it does get very stressful at times. It can be very overwhelming. So then make sure that you take time out for yourself. Next question is, what unit are you most looking forward to? Possibly like addictive behaviors. I'm pretty sure you learn about like how addictive behaviors coincide with like psychological disorders and things, and I'm really excited to learn about that because I find that quite interesting. And I feel like in today's society, unfortunately, there's probably going to be a high number of your clients as a psychologist that are going to be either abusing substances or have at some point in their lives. I think that would be really important to understand people better. Any unit that I get to do that's about like mental health, I'm excited for that. That's what I'm passionate about. A lot of questions were about studying and stuff, but I would suggest you watch like my vlogs and stuff, or I do have like study tips and study videos already up. I just don't really have the time to answer them in this video. Someone asked, am I in my first year at uni? I am in my second year, just finished too, so happy about that. Next question is, uni better or worse than high school, or how are they both different from each other? They're just very different, I think, and it's probably up to the individual, but for me personally, I like the fact that I'm studying what I want to study. I do really just enjoy like a uni environment, but in saying that, school I felt had a lot better of a community feel for me, and that's something that I really do miss. I miss being a part of a community, being a part of my school community. I just felt like it was really good, and it was almost like family. Like you came to school, it was like, you know, people that you just really appreciated everywhere. The teachers were so good and you had a bit more of like a personal connection with them, and I loved my school. So I don't know if I'm biased or not. I don't think I can really say which one I like more, because there's so many times when I would love to go back to school, and I 100% would do that any day. I also do really like uni because it's getting me to where I want to be for the rest of my life. So it's an interesting one. Someone asked what snacks and food I take to uni. I try my best to the day before or whatever, or even at the beginning of the week, try and make like a big batch of something, so I have like a lunch or something to take to uni and I can heat that up, and then I'm like not spending money. But for snacks and stuff, I have a whole box in my cupboard downstairs of all of like my bars and just like, you know, healthy treats from like the health food section at the supermarket, and I'll just like pick out like 3 or 2 of those and pop them in my uni bag, and I sort of just have those as my snacks. And I never really get too hungry. I also try and drink lots of water, 1 so I don't get dehydrated, but 2 so then I'm not so hungry and want to go buy food. And the last question I'm going to be answering in this video is, do you set goals for yourself and what you want to achieve in your units or degree? I'm a very goal driven person. I have to have something in front of me that I'm working towards and something to get to. This semester I did set myself a goal, not 100% sure whether I reached it or not as of yet, because it was like a GPA goal, but as far as I can see, I'm on track for that, which is very exciting. But yeah, as I said, I'm definitely a goal driven person, so whether that's, you know, a particular grade that I want, or even just like in my degree, like I have the idea of like where I'm going, so I guess that's sort of like my larger goal. But goal setting is all about like putting in place smaller achievable goals that are going to lead you to get to your bigger goals, because if you just have one big goal, I feel like there's lots of room to get disappointed and disheartened because you're not getting there. Anyway, that is my uni Q&A, so I hope you guys did enjoy that. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. I hope this helps some of you guys out, whether you're going to uni and you got a bit more information about what uni's like, or whether you're in uni and you're just curious. I absolutely love doing uni videos for you guys, so if you've got any other uni related videos you'd like to see, let me know, and I will talk to you guys all in my next video in a couple of days. Bye!